Hi, I'm Megan Zempel. The Eagles Cancer Telethon raises money for organizations fighting cancer right here in Minnesota. 10,000 families is a research study based out of the University of Minnesota. Families participate in these studies in order to gather valuable information to find cures for diseases like cancer. I spoke with 10,000 Families researcher Dr. Jen Poynter about the important work that they are doing.
We're here with Dr. Jen Poynter with 10,000 Families. Dr. Jen, thank you for joining us today. We're excited to hear about all the really good work and research that 10,000 Families is doing. What can you tell us?
Good morning, Megan, and thanks for having me on to talk about our research. I am an epidemiologist at the University of Minnesota, and I study risk factors for cancer in children and adults with the goal of trying to prevent people from developing cancer. I'm here today to talk about our 10,000 Families study, which is a large family cohort that we're starting in Minnesota to try to understand how good health and risk factors pass from generation to generation. We're currently enrolling families for this project to understand how environmental exposures influence the risk of developing cancer. In order to be eligible for this study, we're looking for at least 2 members in each family. And the first member needs to be at least 18 years old and live in Minnesota. And other family members can be of any age and can live in Minnesota or one of the surrounding states. So we're really excited about doing this research and trying to get a better understanding of how environmental exposures, things like pesticide or chemicals in the water or radon gas that can be found in people's house, how that influences risk of developing cancer later on. And so this, we're hoping this will have a big benefit for Minnesota families for generations to come, as we can understand what causes cancer and what we can do to help prevent it from developing later. When we ask people to participate in the study, the first thing we ask people to do is to take an eligibility study that can be found on our website. And then once a family qualifies, we ask people to invite their family members to participate in the study. And participation involves completing a questionnaire online where we can understand some of the health behaviors and risk factors that you might be exposed to. And we also ask people to come in for a brief health visit where we collect some samples that we can use to better understand environmental exposures and also health factors. One of the things that we're really excited about this study is the opportunity to make sure Minnesotans from all over the state are involved and represented in this study. A lot of this type of research, these large health studies that have been conducted in the past, have really focused mainly on people living in urban areas. And we really want to make sure we're capturing people from all areas of the state so that we can understand how to better improve health for all families in Minnesota. We're really excited to have the opportunity to be part of the Eagles Telethon. Funding from sources such as the Eagles Telethon are really critical to help get these types of studies started. It's really expensive to do these types of research, and the grants that we can obtain to do it really don't cover all of the costs. So some of the benefits that this fundraising can have is to help us support our staff members who do a lot of work working with participants and helping us conduct this research. We also do a lot of outreach activities through the 10,000 Families study. In addition to collecting data and doing our research, we are also really committed to helping with education so that people can understand what things they might be exposed to and how they can minimize their risks and reduce their exposures. So we've been traveling around different areas of the state, working with community groups to help do these kind of outreach and education events. We also provide a small amount of compensation to participants in the study in the form of gift cards to thank them for the time that they spend helping us with the study. And we also are committed to providing study results where possible to participants so that they can understand things they might be exposed to. So, we're really excited to be part of this. We're also really excited to be conducting this study. At the current moment, we're focusing mainly on environmental exposures, but we're also hoping to continue to follow the families who participate in this study over a long period of time so that we can understand what happens to health in the long term among family members and how things are shared among family members.
It sounds like you guys are doing some very important work across the whole state of Minnesota, helping a lot of those families. And we hope that the Eagles Telethon will help get you to the point where you will continue and be able to fund all that really important research.
Now, back to the telethon where some more talent is up ahead.